is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been many hours since I filmed that last clip this morning. I'm currently in our back room getting ready. I'm just doing my makeup. Today is our first ultrasound to see the baby. I'm really excited. I currently don't know how far along I am right now, so I'm really excited to figure that out. If you have not seen our last video was telling our friends and family that we're pregnant. Me and Jacob didn't record, and even if we did, we weren't going to post us finding out. We just really wanted that to be between us and Asher. But I figured I would take this time to do a little story time and tell you guys how we found out. Jacob doesn't really like taking pictures or being in videos and being on social media anyways, so we decided against recording it and kind of just living in the moment of it. But I did think this time would be a really cool time to do a story time with you guys and let you guys know how we found out. We found out the day before Thanksgiving. I had been feeling for about a week or so that I could be pregnant, and I was telling Jacob, like, I feel like I should take a test. In my first trimester with Asher, it was really hard for me to eat meat. I, fortunately, with Asher and this pregnancy so far, have not had any morning sickness. I've only thrown up once this pregnancy. I'm not sure what it was from, but I basically just threw up my dinner that night, but just that one time and that's it. Basically, with my pregnancy with Asher and this pregnancy, eating meat just didn't taste good. It would kind of make me nauseous, but I wouldn't throw up. It was really hard to just chew and just have it and tolerate eating it. So I started feeling that way again, and I also just felt like I was gaining a lot of weight, and I knew since Hawaii, like, I had been eating really good, and then post Hawaii, I wasn't working out as much because I was just in the routine of, like, eating whatever I wanted. After Asher's birthday party, a lot of family members were sending photos to our group chat about, like photos they had taken, and I was looking back at them, and I had noticed that I had, like, a little pudge, and I was just like, I cannot be, like, that big in the past 2-3 weeks. Like, I'm sure I haven't gained that much weight. And so I just had this gut feeling to take a test. So I had a test, I took it, and almost instantly it was positive. And I screamed from the bathroom, I yelled Jacob's name, and as I was walking into the hallway, he was already in the hallway, and I showed him the positive test, and initially he thought that I was lying. He was like, there's no way that it's positive that fast, like, you must have already had that saved, like, you're joking, right? And I was like, no, I'm not joking, I swear, like, I just took it, the wrapper's on the counter. And he was holding Asher at the time, and so the three of us in the hallway just had, like, a family hug, and it was a really sweet moment, and I got a little teary-eyed. This time around, when we were kind of planning for a second, I definitely knew I wanted an age gap between Asher and our second kid. When Asher was born, my little sister Elisa was about 2.5, and their relationship today is just so beautiful. The way she used to help me with Asher when Asher was a baby, from, like, wanting to burp him to helping me bathe him, and how hands-on she was with him, which might be because she's a girl, so she really wanted to be, like, hands-on with the baby. But I have seen Asher over the past few months show, like, displays of affection towards the babies and want to hold them and kiss them on the cheek and rub their heads and give them their pacifier, and I just really feel like he's going to have a similar relationship with his sibling the way Elisa had with him. And so we definitely knew we wanted our kids to be at least 2.5 years apart. I definitely wanted Asher to have some independence. I wanted him to be a little bit older to just kind of entertain himself. So if I'm feeding the baby, he can play in the room, and he can grab a snack if he wants a snack and serve himself some water. So that's something we've definitely worked on since he's been able to walk. And even since we found out we've been pregnant, is we've really been working on his independence. I store the cups and bowls to a place where he can't reach because we don't have a lot of like storage on his level, which I wish we did, because I would definitely store them at a level where he could grab them, so if he was thirsty he could just grab his own cup. But he does know how to serve his own water. He has his snacks at a level where he can grab them. He feeds the dogs. And so I feel really comfortable where he's at right now to be able to kind of do things on his own in case I can't get up, I'm changing the baby, or the baby has a blowout and I have to do something. I'm also really glad we have the playroom set up for him. I really want to be able to like breastfeed in the playroom while he's playing, or have the baby play with him in the playroom. I definitely don't want him to feel like he can't be hands-on with his sibling, or I don't want him to feel like I'm paying attention to the baby all the time and not him, and him just feel like, oh, now that this baby's here, it has all of mom and dad's attention and I get none. But as I said, it was a goal for me and Jake to just have him be at a more independent age when we had our second. It's also really cool because he's at a really fun age right now of talking a lot. His vocabulary is so expansive. It's crazy. I feel like overnight it's just grown so much. One day he's saying a few words and the next day he's saying sentences, and now he's telling us things and explaining things to us, like the airplane's flying high in the sky and look dad, it's the ambulance. And whenever Jake is at work, he'll tell people daddy's at work, daddy's on the ambulance. And so I think that's really cool. He will be able to talk and interact with his sibling. Everyone's different. Some people like to have their kids back to back. Some people like to have them years apart. It was just, for me and Jake, we wanted our kids to be at least 2.5, 3 years apart. Another fun thing, now that Elisa is a little bit older than she is when I was pregnant with Asher, she understands a little bit more. So on Christmas Eve when I went over to my parents' house, she was like, Sissy, Rosella wants to see your baby, which was so sweet. Rosella is my uncle's daughter, so she's my little cousin. And they're like best friends. They're a couple months apart, so they're super close. But I thought it was so sweet, but I hadn't told some people in my family yet. So I was like, no, don't say anything. And she's like, why? She was so confused because she was so excited. She's like trying to lift up my shirt, and she walks up to me and like kisses my belly, which is what she did with Asher, but she didn't do that until like I was probably around 6 months pregnant and I was really big and showing. But this time around, because she's older, and I don't think she remembers me being pregnant with Asher, but she understands like I am pregnant, I have a baby in my belly, and even though you can't really physically see it that much, I have a tiny bump, but it's not that big. But just seeing her excitement is really sweet too. I loved having a sibling growing up. I was always surrounded by kids. I had a really good childhood. My brother was 4 years younger than me. I have an uncle that is 2 years older than me. I also have an uncle that's 5 years older than me. And I just have a bunch of cousins as well. So I grew up with a lot of kids. And so it was really important for me and Jake to be able to provide that same thing for our kid. Like I always knew when I had Asher that I definitely wanted to have another kid. It's just really exciting that me and Jacob are gonna be able to give him a sibling. I feel like our family is gonna almost feel complete. Like we only wanted 2 kids. Lately, I've been feeling, even though it's the beginning of this pregnancy, I've been feeling kind of sad that it's, gonna be my last, but I don't know. I'm really hoping for a girl. I would love to have 1 boy and 1 girl just like me and my brother, but if I end up with another boy, I honestly don't mind. I really think boy moms are really cool. I love my relationship with Asher, and I know regardless of this baby's gender, I'm going to have as good of a relationship with this baby as I do with Asher. Ultimately, I just want a healthy baby. So far, the pregnancy has been going really well. As I said, I've only thrown up 1 time. I feel like my symptoms are really similar to my symptoms that I had with Asher. I get a lot of headaches. and it's really hard for me to eat meat. But other than that, I am pretty energetic. I feel like my cutoff time for energy comes around like 3 or 4. I wake up pretty early. I usually wake up by 6:30. So I'm up. I try and like pick up around the house, make breakfast for me and Asher and things like that, and start my day, because I know around, like I said, 3, 4 o'clock my energy is gonna go down and I'm done for the day. Real quick, I want to apologize for the lighting. It's going like dark and light. January right now, it's super cloudy, and then it's sunny, and then it's cloudy, and it's sunny, and it's just all over the place. This pregnancy has been smooth thus far. I feel like my belly is showing and growing a lot faster than it did with Asher, which I know is very common for your second pregnancy. I'm a little bit nervous about possibly being pregnant with twins. Twins run in Jacob's side of the family. I don't think I'll be pregnant with twins. I'm hoping I'm not pregnant with twins, just because, I don't know, it's very scary. Although I do know if I end up with twins, that's fine, we'll be okay, but it is a little intimidating to possibly have twins. Other than that, no other pregnancy symptoms I've experienced that have been different from the pregnancy symptoms that I had experienced with Asher. So it's been really nice. I'm really excited. My family's excited. Jacob's family's excited. Jacob's side of the family is just growing and growing. He has 8 siblings, and one of his sisters is actually pregnant right now. She's due in a couple months. So then this baby will be right behind that one, and his family is just rapidly growing, which is really fun. It's really exciting. But I'm just very excited to be growing our little family. But anyways, we have to leave for our appointment in about 30 minutes. I just finished my makeup. I didn't do a ton. I just did something really quick to look like I'm awake and ready for the day. I'm going to fix my hair. We have to drop Asher off because kids are not allowed at the appointments, and I will check back in with you guys a little bit later. That is your baby right there. I was gonna say, I've been feeling a lot of movement, and yeah, well, I guess that makes sense, it being further along. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. We'll take a look.
Can you confirm there's just one in there?
I can confirm.
Alright.
Good.
That's been the
debate.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I didn't think I was that far along. Hi guys, so it's been a while. It's been about 3.5 weeks to be exact since that last clip of us seeing the baby for the first time. We got some rather shocking news, and I feel like this is why it's taken me so long to wrap up this video, and it's taken me this long to sit down and explain to you guys what's been going on, because we were very shocked. As you can tell, the last clip of the ultrasound, it was very choppy and it was very fast. We went to our appointment with the idea that we were going to be maybe 2 months pregnant. I had talked in the previous clip that I was kind of scared of possibly carrying twins, which both of those were wrong. Come to find out, going to the appointment, the doctor initially said, wow, that's a big baby. And me and Jacob just kind of looked at each other like, what does that mean? So she evaluated me a little bit more and continued doing the ultrasound, and come to find out, the baby was actually 4 months, not 2 months. So my worry of possibly carrying twins because I was so big was because I was a lot further along than we had thought. It was surprising to me, it was surprising to the doctor, and it was definitely surprising to Jacob. But with all that being said, we are still very excited and we're still very happy. It just took a while, about 3 weeks, for it to really set in to understand wow, we're not gonna have a July or August baby, we're actually gonna have a June baby. Initially, my OBGYN did her evaluation and was projecting me at about a mid-June due date for the baby, but just to be safe, she wanted to send me to an ultrasound technician just to clarify my exact due date. So we actually had an appointment 2 days later, and we got some more shocking news. My OBGYN was measuring the baby at around 16 weeks, and then 2 days later, we go to the ultrasound tech, and she says, actually, I'm getting a measurement of 17 weeks, and bumped up the due date to June 4th. So I have been absent for a little while and trying to wrap my head around what to say and just processing everything. But here I am finally ending this video and kind of just explaining to you guys what's going on. So my due date is June 4th. We are going to have a late spring baby, early summer baby, which I'm very excited for. I'm also not looking forward to being really big and pregnant during the hottest time of the year. So thankful for that. There's also a little bit of nerves because Jacob doesn't graduate from the fire academy until mid-June, and since the baby will be here at the beginning of June, we are gonna face some obstacles of trying to navigate having a new baby with a toddler and him finishing the academy. But with all that being said, we have gotten a lot of support from family and friends and a lot of people to reach out to say that they will be there for us, and I'm just really looking forward to bringing in a new baby into the world and just showering my love on this little tiny bean. As of right now, we are still waiting on gender. If you've been following me for a while, you know that we waited until Asher was born to find out his gender. So we're still up in the air of wanting to find out or not. So as of now, it's unknown. But regardless of knowing the gender, we know that we love this baby and we're excited for this baby. And I'm also just really sad that my entire first trimester is gone. We do plan for this to be our last child. So it just makes me really sad that I feel like half of my pregnancy in a sense has gotten robbed from me. I didn't even know I was pregnant, and by the time I did find out, I was basically halfway through. So instead of sitting here and enjoying it and soaking in and basking in every last moment, half of it is already done. So that makes me a little sad, but also on the other hand, it's kind of nice getting the information that we are going to meet our baby a lot sooner than we thought. So that's really exciting. I'm so excited for Asher to be a big brother. He comes up to my belly and gives it kisses. This morning I was asking him if he's going to hold the baby when the baby gets here, and he lifts up my shirt and tries to grab my belly, and just seeing him really grasp the idea of being an older brother is just really exciting. And I'm just excited to expand our family and, in a sense, have our family be complete. When we got pregnant with Asher, we knew we were going to want a second one. And so now having the second one, I almost feel like our family is just being complete, and that's a really good feeling. That is all the baby info I have for you guys for now. So that's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.